Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're from. Today we're gonna basically start with day 68 of Young Thug YSL Rico trial, a charge against Jeffrey Williams. Okay, this morning trial started on time. Basically, they still had the Detective Gaither on trial on witness as a witness. Okay, on trial. Uh, in this Rico trial, so she back up there today. So I guess she can probably be the main witness. I guess so far it's time to switch up on the witnesses. Um, we're gonna go and get started, y'all, and I'm gonna break it down as we go. But I don't think it's a lot of things that the judge is doing. I see uh, um, a courtroom surrounded, and they're not new to their job. The judge not new to his job. The defendant, it's not defendants are not new to their job, and the states are not used to their job. To me, I think the problem is that the state is keeping information, holding back information from the defendant, which they're not supposed to do. They really is the leader of this thing, of the conversation, or whatever going on in the court. They are the leader, and that's their job to bring out whatever evidence that they have. But the problem is they holding the evidence. They have holding proof evidence back from the defendants. That's why they're having a hard time. And I also think that this unfair on both sides. I think that today I don't really know where Shark were trying to go with the witness, but I think he could have did a better job today in presenting into attacking the witness on the stand. So I see a lot of practice between both parties, but really the what I heard, that's why I just woke up one too long ago, because that trial kind of like got to me a little bit, got on my nerve. And today it's too. We're gonna go ahead on and get started, and then I won't break it down, stop it, and break it down. You know how I do, right? That's what we do. But here we go, y'all. This supposed to be day 68. I thought we was on 69. We still on 68. Okay, so we're gonna start right here. Here we go.
This is Khalif Adams et al. In 22 SC 183572. All right, let me take roll for the morning. All right, Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Botts, and Mr. Sharp. Good morning, gentlemen. All right, Mr. Williams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams, and Ms. Renard. Good morning. All right, Mr. Kenrick and Mr. Weinstein. Good morning. All right, Mr. Huey and Mr. Matthews Sr. Good morning. Mr. Nichols and Ms. Westmoreland and Mr. Garner, good morning. All right, Mr. Ryan and Misty Williams, good morning. All right. Messrs. Brown and Smith.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Mr. Helsky, Mr. Atkins, and Ms. Love.
I see he back today.
Sergeant Ingram, all our jurors here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
He don't care. He cut his hair, y'all.
All right,
Look at him with his hair cut. Still got them ears.
Call our jurors for the morning and recall retired Detective Gaither. Okay. All right, sir. Mr. Sharp.
Just before my cross begins, I just wanted to confirm that the state doesn't have any of those police reports that I inquired about.
If memory serves me correctly,
Bugger.
One of the state's council sent you
I'm sorry.
Sent you a location of two of the police reports. One they haven't been able to find, but one of them hadn't been able to find.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I wasn't clear. That is correct, and they were helpful in that regard. I'm referring to the investigative reports that I inquired about last week.
Okay.
Separate reports.
So, Your Honor, I'm not certain, and wouldn't ask for Mr. Sharp's plaintiff attack here, but as it relates to him asking about, as he did at the bench, a particular interview, a particular person, I would ask that he be precluded from inquiring into reporting.
You can't tell him to do that. Oh Lord, don't, let's not start.
Whether or not they were
Let's not.
because we have multiple documents bearing Sgt Gaither's initials and the date in Chicago, along with the interviews that we have that were of her and another officer. So to the extent
Look
that
up.
our
You sure, boy?
in this case has been chock full of things that she did, if the implication is going to be made that she didn't have one losses.
You know,
We would ask that
hold on, y'all. I wonder why, Miss, I just don't, okay, I don't have nothing against Miss Steele, but she don't know how to, it's something about her presentation. When she says something, she just roll windy. She just keep going. She just keep going. She just keep going. She keep going. She don't know how to stop. Like she just, Your Honor, she probably read a whole book. I mean, just say what you got to say, and let's get this thing busy, okay? Dizzle, kizzle.
specific that Mr. Sharp wants to talk about. Of course, low level of injection was very big.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, this part, I'm just gonna go ahead and start.
Silver Pontiac.
Okay.
That was the car that Ms. Clark, Mr. Treadwell, who's OG Bentley, Mr. Allison, and 2 children were in, correct?
Yes.
All right. And the white Nitro is the car that shows up with Mr. McMullen and Mr. Murphy, correct?
Yes.
So, this incident occurred on April 12, 2015, you would agree, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And it was reported to police on April 12, 2015, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. When, and you are, do you consider you're the lead investigator on this case?
Not initially, no, I was not.
Okay, but eventually you were the lead investigator?
Yes,
Okay. What date did you become the lead investigator on this case?
I'm not sure of the exact date. I don't have my case file.
You don't know the date?
Several weeks after the initial incident report.
Several
I'm
weeks
sure.
after? Okay. Do you have a report that can tell us exactly what day you became the lead investigator in this case?
I do not have my original case file.
Okay, did I ask you on Wednesday to bring it?
He haven't asked the question.
All rule objection, you can finish.
I know he haven't
I
finished.
asked you to bring your reports to the court today.
You asked me did I have them, and I told you I do not have anything from Atlanta Police Department.
Okay,
But you the lead detective and you know you for the practice
so
thing.
you do not have your reports
I've already answered that, sir.
She did.
and you cannot tell us the date that you became lead investigator on this
She
case?
answered it.
The exact date? No, it was at least 3. It was less than a month, but it was roughly 3 to 4 weeks from the time the incident occurred.
Okay. Now, last week, do you remember being asked about different witnesses and about if any of these witnesses said they saw a gun being pulled by anyone in the blue car at the gas station?
Specifically, are you speaking about anyone in particular? Mr.
Anyone in the blue car. You did not see. We've seen the video,
Correct.
all right? And let's just be upfront. In the video in the gas station, we don't see anyone in the blue car pulling a gun, do we?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And you remember last week when you were asked, speaking to different witnesses, if anyone claimed that anyone pulled a gun out of the blue car? Or pulled a gun? Anyone in the blue car pulled a gun? Remember being asked that?
Yeah.
I don't recall specifically in that, the way you're saying it now, I don't recall that.
Okay. Do you remember being asked if you spoke to Cornelius Davis?
Yes,
And you indicated that you did interview Cornelius Davis?
yes.
Okay. What date did you speak to Cornelius Davis?
Again, I do not have my original police report.
Why didn't you bring it?
I do not have that file with me. I don't have it at all, not just with me, I don't have it.
Okay, and would that be one of the police reports that I asked you to bring to court?
Would it be? I don't have that case file again.
Why she didn't bring it?
Where did you speak to Cornelius Davis?
He was picked up from his residence.
Okay. Terry Moody, when did you speak to Terry Moody?
Again, the exact date, I'm not sure. All of the victims were spoken to. It had been roughly a month, again, since the incident occurred. So it was our priority to try to get their statements as soon as we could, myself and the investigative. And so from the time the case was assigned to myself, which was again roughly 3 to 4 weeks after the incident occurred, within a week's time, everyone outside of Dexter Montgomery who was in the hospital we spoke to.
Do you have a report that indicates when and where you spoke to Terry Moody?
I've already answered that.
She said she didn't bring none of it.
I do not have that case file.
She don't have the case file. She knew what she was doing.
What about Christian James? What date did you speak to Christian James?
It's my same answer as the previous question.
Which is what?
I just answered that, sir.
Wow.
Okay, look, y'all, hold up.
Just answer. My answer is the exact.
I just don't understand. See, Gaither, that's the lady who investigated everybody. It's being so kind of like sarcasm a little bit. I don't know why is she catching this. I don't think they too much like Shark. Don't like him, but don't like his approach. But you the lead detective. That's what they're supposed to do. Ask you some questions. You had your information when the prosecutor was on stand. What make you think that you're not supposed to? What you hiding from the defendant? So they're gonna have questions for you. So put that attitude in a bag and let's roll with it, okay? Come on, let's get some.
Same answer as the previous question.
Okay, and I'm going to ask again because this is.
Move on, Mr. Shark.
Why he had to move on? She didn't answer the question.
Your answer that I haven't gotten an answer.
You haven't posed your question. All right, so go ahead.
So, you don't know what date you spoke to Christian James either.
Objection, asking.
She hasn't answered.
You haven't answered that. I'll rule the objection.
I
Cuz.
have my case file from this particular incident. I did not have it from the time I retired with APD. I do not have.
So you're not gonna answer none of their
any
questions.
files from any case that I've worked.
Okay, and when I asked you to bring your reports last week, I asked you to bring your reports Monday. And you indicated that you're no longer with APD and you might have trouble getting them, correct? You said you wouldn't be able to bring them, right?
I said I wouldn't be able to bring them because they're not in my possession. I do not have anything from Atlanta Police Department.
But when I asked you for those police reports, District Attorney Seth Brown was there as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
From the District Attorney's office, he was aware.
Y'all don't even have a police
For those
report.
police reports,
Mm.
correct?
Yeah, I'm going to object as to this witness testifying about what someone else was aware of.
I stand the objection.
Was he actively involved in the investigation? Was he actively involved in the conversation between me and you in that back room?
I stand the objection.
Don't go ahead on. Don't give up on them.
You've been doing this for a while,
Doing what?
investigating crimes?
I'm no longer investigating crimes, sir.
Okay. Been in court before to testify?
Yes,
Testified in trials?
I have.
Okay. You were aware that police reports if they exist, are to be provided to the defense and discovery, correct?
If I have a police report, I'll give it to the.
Well, you should have brought him to court because at that time you was the detective.
And you don't have these police reports indicating the work that you say you did
Thank you.
from 2015.
I'll sustain the objection.
What?
Where's your case file?
I don't have it, sir.
Well, where is it?
I left.
Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. You don't have the case file. You the one that interrogated this boy in that room. Hold on, y'all. I got this on my nose. Got to get my book out. Okay. You the one that interrogate that young man in that room, and you're gonna tell me, and you the one investigate the whole crime, and you didn't bring anything to court. So, in other words, you don't want to answer their questions, right? But that ain't how it's supposed to roll. I don't understand. I'm trying. Let me calm down, y'all. I'm so sorry. I knew I was gonna get like this. I just.
I believe it was August 2020. I left everything regarding Atlanta Police Department at the Atlanta Police Department on the 5th floor where I was.
But you gonna come testify?
Included all of my case files, all of my uniforms, all of my equipment. I do not own anything but my Atlanta Police badges I accumulated over the years. That is all I own.
Who did you leave them with?
Sir, I just answered that question, sir.
You said you left them on the 5th floor. Whom did you leave them with?
I left them in our offices on the 5th floor in a file cabinet. We are not allowed to take our case files with us.
Well, that's true.
I have no purpose for them.
But they still supposed to have a copy or something.
As part of your work on the Dexter Montgomery case, you showed you showed photo lineups to witness D'Angelo White, correct?
You said to D'Angelo White?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you know what date that occurred?
Specifically, no. It should be with the case file, as you can hear in the.
But so you're not gonna answer no questions. Just say that.
So.
Okay. Right. We have audio of that. Where is the audio of the Terry Moody interview?
I've already answered that, sir.
Where is the audio of the Christian James interview?
It's my same answer.
Hey, Kathy.
Where is the audio of the Cornelius Davis interview?
Good to see you.
I think you've already asked me that.
I miss
All the
you.
interviews that you're requesting outside of D'Angelo White and the ones that have been provided to the court, I do not have access to them at this time.
You were in the car when Mr. White looked at the photo lineups, correct?
I was.
Okay, you were in the car with Investigator Dennis, correct?
During the interview?
Yes.
Yes, Investigator Dennis and Investigator Edwards.
Investigator Edwards. Who administered the photo lineup?
Investigator Dennis had the actual file. I was driving.
Who wrote?
I put a wrench by your name. You can keep up with me now.
Wrote what?
I miss y'all.
May I approach you?
You may, sir.
Yeah.
Have you shown that to the state?
73 ED. Hey.
It's good to see all my old people coming up, showing their faces, y'all. It kind of helped me along the way.
As part of the photo lineup, little statements about what, and we're going to talk about statements.
You said little statements.
Statements
Okay.
about what.
Okay. Hey, Barry. Okay, baby. Thank you.
Okay. Were those written by you? That your hand?
Yes, last week we went over this, that this was my handwriting. This is also my handwriting. I'm sorry, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
He cut his hair, y'all.
And now there was two lineups shown to D'Angelo White, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, one, in the lineup, just be clear, there's a target or an alleged suspect, right?
In each lineup?
Yes.
Yes.
And then there's 5, usually, in this case, it's a 6-photo lineup, so there's 5 fillers.
Correct.
And one of the targets on one of the lineups was Kelvin Treadwell, who's also known as OG Beck, correct?
I didn't label them as targets. They were, for me,
I
persons suspected of being
know.
involved in the crime, but target is your word.
Okay, I'll use suspect, that's fine.
Okay.
So one of the suspects was Kelvin Treadwell.
Yes, sir.
And in the other lineup, the suspect was Walter Murphy, correct?
Yes.
Now, let's first talk about the Walter Murphy lineup. Lineup number 2.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You wrote on 7/13/15 that D'Angelo White identified Walter Murphy, aka DK, as person with assault rifle and shooter, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When you say assault rifle and shooter,
Yes.
are you saying he was identified as the shooter?
According to Mr. D'Angelo White, yes.
He was identified as the shooter.
He was identified as a person with the rifle, and he stated he believed the passenger was the shooter because it would be hard for the driver to drive and shoot a rifle.
Shoot, them boy may be good.
In his interview in that car, he indicated that the shooter was definitely on the driver's side, didn't he?
He did, and he also stated that it would be hard for the driver to drive and shoot, so he believed it was the passenger.
Well, actually, he in his statement to the car, he indicated that his thought was the shot came from the backseat driver's side, correct?
He said the passenger shot.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to ask to publish.
He say he the driver.
I said the passenger side. I
He
said
did-
he stated the
You
passenger
say he
side.
was the driver.
Passenger being who? In the back seat or front seat?
I don't believe he identified, but we know that Walter Murphy was a front seat passenger with an assault rifle.
That boy ain't gonna identify himself as the driver. You gonna identify him as the driver. Not him. He gonna identify himself as the driver. Y'all, I'm started on my water diet. Not my water diet. I have started on a water journey.
Okay, we'll come back to that. So your statement is that he said because the driver was
Thank you.
it couldn't have been the shooter. He's assuming because he was driving, right? Is that what D'Angelo White said?
Cause he didn't say that.
I stand objection.
Well, what did D'Angelo White say about who shot?
Sir, I just answered that.
Well, could you answer?
Sir, I just answered that.
I stand the question.
He said it wasn't the driver.
I stand the question, sir.
Did
I know. I started today.
D'Angelo White ever say,
Me too.
I saw DK, or I saw Walter Murphy, or I saw
I had a soda today.
in this photo shoot at the car I was in?
Sir, I just answered what D'Angelo White stated his remembrance of events were regarding the shooting.
Did he ever say, I saw this man shoot?
Why he can't ask the question?
The truth is, he said he couldn't see who shot.
That's right.
Is that your truth or his truth?
I'm asking you.
He asking you.
Sir, I've asked.
Why she being smart now?
Your Honor, I'm just asking that the witness answer.
He asking her what he's supposed to ask her.
Did
What's-
D'Angelo White ever say he could see who shot?
D'Angelo White stated he did not believe the driver could be able to shoot a rifle.
Oh, that's what he
So he
said.
thought the passenger, who was Walter Murphy with an assault rifle, shot the assault rifle at his friend. He also stated the backseat passenger, who was
That sound like he said
what
that.
he said he had a handgun. The victim was shot with the assault rifle round.
So he never identified as the shooter, did he?
No,
That's a standing objection.
Did he ever say that guy was the person who shot?
no.
Mr. Shaw, it's the same question. Let's move on, okay?
Come on, Mr. Sharp.
But you wrote that he identified him as the shooter, correct?
I've already answered this, sir.
Come on,
All right. Let's
Sharp.
talk about the identification of Mr. Treadwell or O.G. Bentley. You also wrote on that photo line of two, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you said he identified Kelvin Treadwell, aka O.G. Bentley, as ordering the shooting.
What's your question, sir?
Is that correct?
If that's what that reads?
That wrote
Answer the question. Why she being so
So
sarcastic?
what exhibit
Is
you
that
showing?
what you wrote? 13 BB. Okay. 73 BB. Is that what you wrote?
Yes, that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Identified Kelvin Treadwell, aka O.G. Bentley, as ordering the shooting. Did he say he saw Kelvin Treadwell, O.G. Bentley, order the shooting?
He
No.
stated that O.G. Bentley was on the phone making a call, and what he believed was calling Walter Murphy and Demise McMillan. He didn't say those persons' names.
Did he say he saw that with his own eyes? O.G. Bentley on the phone? He heard that?
I'm telling you what he told me, that he believed O.G. Bentley, the person he didn't know is Kelvin Treadwell, but it's O.G. Bentley, made the call.
He believed.
Yeah.
I can't tell you him what not to believe. That was his thought.
No, he asking you a question.
He said he saw or heard. The truth is, you've seen the surveillance. D'Angelo White never got out of the blue car in the parking lot of the Citgo, correct?
That has nothing to do with what he saw.
Okay, so you're saying that D'Angelo White was sitting in the blue car in the Citgo that night and heard and saw O.G. Bentley, also known as Kelvin Treadwell, making a phone call from inside the store.
Objection.
That's what you're saying?
Objection.
He just questioned him.
Objection calls for speculation. Objection.
I stay missed on 3 bases.
Is that what you're saying?
Objection.
Sir, I've already ruled, so formulate another question.
Good try, Sharp. Oh, Lord have mercy. Good looking man right there. Come on, Mr. Shaw. Do what you're supposed to do. Supposed to be ready. Prepared.
Yeah, we're just gonna publish.
Yes, sir. Make sure you tell us what exhibit you published.
These men, folks, know they slow. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We got some work to do, y'all. There go my bataka. A bataka. Oops. Hold up, y'all. Camera ain't doing right. I see what Sharp doing. I see where he coming. Since a certain thing that the defense can't do, that's why the prosecutor has to be prepared. Hey, Thugger, you is a little thug coming up. I don't think he tried to kill just to be killing. I don't think he killed nobody. I think he probably shot somebody before, but not. You have to protect yourself in Atlanta, honey. Ooh, hallelujah, boy, baby. Whew. Stealing car, breaking windows for nothing. It was just so bad one year. Back during that time with Thug and them was around. And it showed enough was bad on Cleveland Avenue. It don't make no sense. You would have been scared to go on Cleveland Avenue. But I wasn't scared.
102 BB. 102. 101 BB? Okay. 101. All right. At 1355. All right.
He don't like for the camera to be on him. Ooh, girl, didn't it, Kathy? Oh, wait. Cleveland Avenue was terrible. When they was little boys over there. Y'all thought them were young boys. Because my uncle used to stay on Cleveland, he was in a nice home over there. It's a nice home over there.
Answer this. Did you see where the shots from the other vehicle came from? Like, did the person, which side of the lean out to shoot?
It had to be either on it. It couldn't be from the goddamn, it couldn't be from the passenger side or from the back passenger side. It had to be either, it couldn't be the driver neither. It had to be the person behind the driver.
Okay.
From your investigation, Walter Murphy was sitting in the passenger side, correct?
Best of my recollection, yes.
Okay, and you just heard D'Angelo White. That was D'Angelo White's statement, correct?
Yes.
And he said it couldn't be the passenger side. It could not be the passenger side, correct?
I did not say it was the passenger side that the vehicle was shot. I said the passenger. He stated the shots came from the driver's side. I stated it could not have been the passenger side. It had to be the passenger, not the passenger side of the vehicle.
What is you saying?
Mr. Murphy was seated in the passenger front, according to your investigation, correct?
And also,
Down the road was okay.
Mr. Murphy, yes.
But it used to be hiked up back then.
It couldn't have come from the passenger side, correct?
If you go to his interview inside our vehicle, he also stated he did not believe it was the driver. It came from the driver's side, but he did not believe that it was the actual driver. It was someone from the passenger. Sir, are you going to let me answer?
Yes.
Okay, he stated he did not believe it was the driver because he didn't think the driver could drive and shoot a gun. He stated.
Y'all listen to this. Listen to her. Listen to this lady. Listen to this detective. Now, she don't confuse me. The passenger is a passenger. Listen to what she's saying. That don't make no sense. She said it couldn't have been the driver. It had to be the passenger. But then she trying to confuse him and say, I don't know, boy, these folks act like something going on mentally.
It had to have been the passenger. I didn't say the passenger side of the vehicle. I said the passenger.
Passenger is the
Third person in the car, in the back seat, correct?
Correct, which,
Now, it's not Walter Murphy, was it?
no, I don't believe so.
Okay, and somehow that statement has become you running down that he identified Walter Murphy as a shooter.
that's what she's
Somehow
saying.
you're trying to get away from the fact that YSL, members of YSL shot this boy in the head. Whether it's
That's not what he trying to do. That boy was a YSL member. He not even trying to do that. I don't know why Detective Gaither acting like that today now. She don't care too much about him. He didn't mention nothing about that. This ain't got nothing to do. We already know he was in YSL. We trying to see who shot. So what you trying to say that the passenger shot and not the driver? That's what the detective is trying to say. Gaither is trying to say that the driver didn't shoot. The YSL member shot. But the YSL member said he got out of the car, but he didn't shoot. I don't know, because we didn't see it. So what she trying to do is, she said what she said. The passenger had to shoot. She blaming the passenger for shooting with no proof. She going by hearsay. Oh, boy. Boy. Yeah, boy. That man ain't trying to do that. He's doing his job.
Report?
Jeez, I ain't never heard nobody talk like that.
Like Mr. Buster?
She is trying to. I know what's going on, but I'm gonna keep it to myself with her. I see what she doing. I see what she doing. That man looks just like President Carter. With pretty white hair. I don't think she care for them. They don't care for Sharp like they do Steele. They don't care for him. They don't care for Mr. Sharp. But they nice to Mr. Steele. Oh, these people a mess, boy. Hey, Thugger. Thug, you read a little better now, honey. I bet then you a little stream. And you and Rich Homie look like brothers a little bit, but you a little cuter than him. Like that, y'all see that jacket he got on? It has King on it. So I guess he ain't gonna change. Still the king, I guess. He kind of favored Thug a little bit.
We're gonna ask to publish
Good.
102 BB. 102. 101 BB? Okay, 101. All right, at 13:55. All right.
They look like little old men now. They're rough like. I see him on the street. I think he about 30-something years. He probably a 30-something. Caught Thug in his 30s, early 30s. He bought and got too old to be going to jail.
Answer this. Did you see where the shots from the other vehicle came from? Like, did the person, which side of the car did they lean out to shoot?
It had to be either on. It couldn't be from the goddamn. It couldn't be from the passenger side or from the back passenger side. It had to be either. It couldn't be the driver neither. It had to be the person behind the driver.
Mm.
From your investigation, Walter Murphy was sitting in the passenger side, correct?
Best of my recollection, yes.
Okay, and you just heard D'Angelo White. That was D'Angelo White's statement, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he said it couldn't be the passenger side. Could not be the passenger side, correct?
I did not say it was the passenger side that the vehicle was shot. I said the passenger. He stated the shots came from the driver's side. I stated it could not have been the passenger side. It had to be the passenger, not the passenger side of the vehicle.
She did say that though. She said it, but she didn't say it right.
And also according to Mr. Murphy, yes.
And Mr. White just said on tape, it couldn't have come.
He said it couldn't came from the driver. It didn't come from that passenger side. It came from the driver. It had to come from the person behind the driver. But how are you going to believe something that a person who don't commit a crime say? He said it didn't come from the passenger over there, and the passenger right past. It came from. It had to come from the person behind the driver. See how you gonna listen to them, and they criminals themselves.
Passenger side, right?
If you go to his interview inside our vehicle, he also stated he did not believe it was the driver. It came from the driver's side, but he did not believe that it was the.
That's what he
driver.
said.
It was someone from the passenger. Sir, are you going to let me answer?
Yeah.
Okay, he stated he did not believe it was the driver because he didn't think the driver could drive and shoot a gun. He stated that it had to have been the passenger. I didn't say the passenger side of the vehicle. I said the passenger.
And there's a third person in the car, in the back seat, correct?
Correct, which,
Now, it's not Walter Murphy, was it?
no, I don't believe so.
Okay, and somehow that statement become you running down that he identified Walter Murphy as a shooter.
That's what he's saying.
Somehow you're trying to get away from the fact that YSL, members of YSL shot this boy in the head. Whether it's a report.
Hold up, y'all. I don't know how I went back there. Come on, stay professional.
I personally did not execute a search warrant on Fremont Street.
Now, you've been able to review, in court, in fact, you reviewed the surveillance from Citgo that night.
Right.
Would you agree that we can see the blue car pulling into the gas station, following behind the silver Pontiac?
Objection, that's a characterization, best evidence.
Okay. Mr. Kokomo, could you please pull up? That's fine.
But that's what happened.
DS9.
Here we go. Let's look at this, y'all. Once the blue car pulled up, then the white car pulled up. They showed it.
And before we start playing, did you ever ask D'Angelo White or any of these other individuals that you say you interviewed, why they went to the gas station?
I don't recall at this moment.
Okay. And this gas station, this Citgo, it's a place that sells gas, correct?
Among other things.
Okay, and it, well, among other things, it has a store where you can buy chips and
Like Old Food Mart, yes, sir.
headache powder and different things like that, correct?
It's a food mart.
Yeah, it's like a little grocery
Ms. Kokomo, if you could publish DS9 at 1340. Okay, Investigator Gaither, did we just see the two cars pull into the Citgo? The two cars, meaning the silver Pontiac and then the blue car?
Yes.
Okay, and the silver Pontiac is the one that O.J. Bentley and Rodney Allison are going to exit, correct?
Yes.
And the blue car is the one with D'Angelo White, Terrion Moody, Christian James, Cornelius Davis, and Dexter Montgomery, correct?
The victim's correct.
Okay. Same victims, and that's cool, but, and that's the car that D'Angelo White said that there were guns, plural, in, correct?
Yes, in their vehicle, yes.
Okay. So 2135, they're there. Mr. Kokomo, if you can clap.
And that's when that blue car pulled up. But they on the video that we saw, that car over there, that black car was pulled back to the other pump. I guess it's still here, but didn't nobody get out that car though. Them folks sneezing, coughing now. Good Jesus.
Okay, Mr. Kokomo, could you fast forward to 2200? Okay, and for the record, we're going from 21
Look at that blue car right there.
2135, I believe it was, to 2205.
And there go that white car.
Sir, is there,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. 1340 to 2205.
sir, is there any particular point you want me to start watching, or am I looking for something in particular?
I'm gonna try to fast forward it. I'm gonna try to save some time. I don't wanna watch the whole video again,
Okay,
but we'll see where this goes.
okay.
Why she just can't close her mouth?
For the record, so to clarify which, one of these images he would like the witness to focus on.
I'm gonna ask the witness to focus at 2205, on the top left. If you can get to 2200.
All right, let's know when you get there.
Come on, Mokobo. Whatever your name. There go Murphy standing there with that gun.
2144, the blue car is leaving, correct?
Yes.
All right, and so you would agree the blue car, and we can go back and watch if you want, but would you agree that the blue car was present for about 8 minutes?
I'm not sure the exact time length.
All right, I guess we're gonna have to do this one. 1340, please.
About 8 minutes after he pulled off. There he go. Why they got to show the whole thing, Jesus? There they go. They pulled up like that.
Please note on the top left, Investigator Gaither, it says 2130.
Mhm.
52. Okay, and for the record, both cars are present, correct?
Yeah. And they had like somebody told them that that boy was up there. How they gonna know he was up there? I believe these folks, they'll tell on each other.
And Investigator Gaither, what I'm gonna ask you to watch over the next 8 minutes or 9 minutes is whether anyone in the blue car either pumps gas or goes into the store to buy any items.
Objection, compound speculation. What they do.
He got to tell him that. You showed it.
Speculation is
Oh, I'm gonna overrule the objection. So,
Yeah, overrule that. This is the same video she showed.
Pump gas or went into the store.
Okay, thank you. So the state.
yeah, no commentary. Let's just move on. Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Kokomo, thank you.
There go that blue car right there.
So while they were there, no one got out to pump gas. No one bought Sicko gas.
Sir, I just answered that.
And no one went into the store to buy any items.
That's an answer. Come on, let's move on.
Come on, shut up. Keep asking the same
Mr.
question.
Kokomo, could you go to 2205? Or my time? I think your time's a little different.
Let that blue car go right. And that's when that white truck gonna pull up if somebody told him he was up there. Cause he was up there long enough to, right there, y'all. And I bet he had his gun too, because they about to act a fool up in that gas station. That go Murphy with that gun.
Goes down Jonesboro Road, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, pause it.
But why you pull a gun out when you're not going to use it?
Okay, as it's, the blue car is left, we see OG Bagley, is he running to his car to give chase?
Here in this frame?
Yes.
No, he's right here. If we're looking at the bottom frame as well, he's right here inside the store.
So, kind of lumbering or walking slowly into the store.
He's seen in the store, the doorway of the store.
Him, y'all.
All right, go ahead.
Now, why you taking them guns? They taking them rifles in the store.
Anyone running to any cars to give chase to that blue car?
You can definitely see Mr. McMillan waving them on, telling them to hurry up and come on.
Speculation.
I object because she's answering just
That's completely non-responsive. But
All right, well, I'm gonna sustain Mr. Matthews' objection. You can go ahead and rephrase the question, okay?
yeah. Now,
Gave him something. He gave him something. Then he went to his white truck. Probably gave him the
Mr.
pill.
Bagley and Mr. Allison leave the store.
Yes, sir.
They leave down Browns Mill Road, correct?
Yes, the silver Pontiac.
And
goes
that's
down
a
Browns Mill.
different road.
I was still answering.
Okay.
To your first question, yes, the silver Pontiac goes down Brownsville Road.
The white nitro does too, as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's then the blue car travel.
Brownsville Road and Jonesboro Road, are they different roads?
Yes. You don't want to answer, you don't want to answer.
I'll stand your objection.
Dang, you still couldn't see it.
So, you can take that up, screen, spoke my thing. Let me ask you this. D'Angelo White, you where he's in prison?
Am I aware?
Yeah.
I'm retired.
You know what he's in prison for?
objection, relevant speculation.
I'll sustain it.
All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about your interview with Walter Murphy on August 18, 2015. Now that August 18, 2015 statement, it was played, I think this past Wednesday, right?
One day last week, yes, sir.
Okay, and you would agree that that statement was not given in court, that was given in a conference room, correct? Or an interview room?
In here for the August interview?
Yes.
Do you mean here or in one of our rooms at Atlanta Police?
Wherever you keep it at.
2015 interview with Walter Murphy. Where did it occur?
At Atlanta Police Headquarters. You stated in a conference room here, and I thought you meant here in this building. Okay.
And what?
You know what he meant. Y'all was so smart, man.
You talked to him about the April 2015 shooting and being at the compound, correct? April 26, 2015.
Lead investigator Dennis spoke with him about the compound incident.
Okay, you were there.
During the interview, yes.
He indicated that he was very high at the time, right? High off of Percocet and Xanax.
He did say that.
I'll sustain the question as a form.
He indicated that he was under the influence of Percocet and Xanax, correct?
He said that though.
I'll rule the objection.
That night, at the compound, we were talking about it. He said that that night he was high.
Probably to the end of the year.
Right?
I don't recall him stating that night. Again, the compound incident, I'm not gonna say I wasn't necessarily paying attention to him. That wasn't my focus, the compound incident. But any details about that, I mean, that wasn't my focus at that time. That's why I didn't ask many questions about it.
Okay. He indicated that he went to Blue Ivory later that night.
Sir, any compound Lil Wayne bus shooting, I can't give you intricate details about what he said. That was not my focus when asking him questions regarding that shooting.
Okay.
If it's in the video, it's in the video, but
Well, at some point, you and Investigator Dennis, both of you were asking questions, right? And I understand your focus may have been one thing, Investigator Dennis' focus another. Is that fair?
our focuses were two different things. We had the common goal, but that particular day you're speaking of, I had no interest in the Lil Wayne bus shooting.
You ever, under any circumstances, whether it's as a police officer, a civilian, undercover, have you ever been inside the Blue Ivory, the club?
No.
Do you know?
Took a long time.
Do you know what the inside of the club through pictures or videotape or
She
anything?
said she never been in it before.
I would object that that question called speculation.
I'm asking if she knows.
If she knows,
She said she hasn't.
Wait, just wait.
Miss What's her name need to be quiet. Thank you.
And I'm gonna overrule your objection.
Do you know what the inside of Blue Ivory is?
I recall seeing photographs, but to give you intricate details of what is inside, no. I've seen the outside several times. Inside, no, I've never personally been inside.
Come on.
Different
Rooms
rooms or dance floors on Blue Ivory.
Sir, I just answered the question.
That's enough.
I just answered your question. I do not know specifically intricate details about where stuff is, what's inside the club. I cannot give you details regarding that.
Okay. All right. Fair.
She don't like working in Atlanta. Y'all Atlanta people something
Your
else.
selection as being in the room, did anyone, when Walter Murphy indicated he saw things in Blue Ivory, did anyone specify where in the club Walter Murphy was, what room when he observed this?
Okay, no objection.
Do you remember Walter Murphy ever telling you exactly what room he was in within the Blue Ivory?
Sir, I don't remember anything Walter Murphy said regarding.
But you remember everything when the prosecutor questioned you about Walter. You remember?
Vehicle owned by, do you know who Alexis Greer is, also known as Dolly?
I've heard the name.
Okay. Are you aware of a Ford Explorer SUV owned by Dolly?
I may have heard that. I mean, I haven't seen it personally. I don't think I've asked anything about it that I can recall. So
Do you know what color the SUV is?
I don't recall it this time.
Okay,
Hush.
I'm gonna move on from the April 26, 2015 incident.
April?
26, 2015. That's the compound. So
Okay,
I'm gonna move
okay,
on.
okay. I didn't know which
It sounds
incident.
like you,
I didn't know which
respectfully,
incident
it
was.
sounds like that really wasn't your focus.
Correct. I didn't know which incident between April 26th
Are these
was.
questions that Investigator Dennis should be asked?
No, objection, I should ask, speculation.
I stand objection.
And I asked that.
See, to be honest with y'all, hold up. The wrong person that the defendant should have been asking, talking to is that other detective. They need to call him in. The other detective need to be in there.
In the Dexter Montgomery case, you took over the case at some point.
Case was assigned to me, yes, sir.
Okay. And one of the first things you did is obtain surveillance from the Citgo gas station, right?
One of the first things, no, that wasn't one of the very first things I did.
Okay, did you obtain surveillance from the Citgo gas station?
Eventually, yes, sir.
Okay. And last week, you testified that you were able to contact someone who was able to obtain it for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what agency were they from?
Atlanta
Atlanta
PD.
APD?
Yes, sir.
And who's the person that you contacted to go get that surveillance video?
I believe it was investigator Teague. He's with the Homeland Security Division, and his responsibilities are collecting surveillance video upon request.
All right, and that's what threw me off. He's Homeland Security, but part of APD.
Yes, it's
Okay.
a division within APD.
And Investigator T, the Homeland Security, one of their functions is those are the people you call when you need surveillance. To find surveillance video in an investigation that you're working.
That's who I contact when I need something, when I needed something. I don't know of all of his functions or
Okay.
job responsibilities.
And to your knowledge, no one needed to get a warrant to get the Citgo gas station footage, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, you just asked T to get it and he was able to get it,
I
right?
believe he had already had it.
Okay. And you would agree that the video footage was a big part of your investigation, correct?
Yes, it was.
It shows exactly the movements of people in the Citgo gas station that night.
That's your question?
Yes.
Yes, it shows, yes.
How, to your recollection, how long did it take APD Officer T, Homeland Security, to obtain the surveillance footage? If she knows.
I'll rule the objection. You can answer it, madam, if you can.
I'm not certain.
For
Regarding
Judge blowing the nose and stuff.
2015 compound.
Can't find my.
Compound and Blue Ivory. I know that you said this wasn't your focus, but I'm going to ask you, did you ever call Investigator T or anyone from Homeland Security to obtain video footage from Blue Ivory on April 26, 2015?
No, I did not.
All right. Do you know of any other officers that attempted to obtain video footage from Blue Ivory on April 26, 2015? In regards to the Lil Wayne bus shooting incident.
That was actually a Cobb County case.
And I'm asking, do you know of anyone that
Right.
attempted to obtain surveillance?
I'm not certain, sir.
All right. Now, you were involved in the investigation of the Donovan Thomas case, correct? The Donovan
I was
Thomas
not.
shooting?
I was not the lead investigator on that case.
I know you weren't the lead investigator, but you were involved, correct?
Involved in which portion of the investigation?
And then, did you do work as part of that investigation?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. All right, so you did no work on Donovan Thomas.
I state objection.
All right. You were present, and I'm not going to ask you what anyone said, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But you were present when Kenneth Copeland arrived at APD headquarters on January 10, 2015, correct?
To the best of my recollection.
All right. And you were let me just ask you this. You aware of a green store? What's called the Green Store in Atlanta on 490 Glen Street?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
You
even
aware
know what
that the
it is.
Green Store has a camera system?
I stand objection.
As an investigator for several years at the APD, you visited the Green Store, correct?
No, I have not.
Okay, and so you have no idea whether they have those surveillance systems.
I stand objection.
She know where
As part of
everything is. She in the
your
game unit.
investigations
Sit down.
into the Donovan Thomas case, did you make any efforts to obtain video from the Green Store at 490 Glen Street as part of that investigation?
Sir, I just stated I was not the lead investigator on the Donovan Thomas homicide, nor have I worked any case at 490 Glen Street, the Green Store.
Who was the investigator at the Donovan Thomas case?
Investigator Thorpe.
Are you aware of Investigator Thorpe making any attempts to get video surveillance from 490 Glen Street on January 10th, 2015?
Objection, foundation, basis,
I stand
I'm
objection.
asking if she's aware.
I stand objection.
Sit down.
You're aware of the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue back in 2015 at the corner of Cleveland Avenue?
Ooh, child, that was one of the worst McDonald's.
Okay. Are you aware, did you or are you aware of Investigator Thorpe attempting to obtain surveillance video from the McDonald's restaurant at Cleveland Avenue and Old Hateville Road for January 10, 2015?
objection, unfounded.
I stand objection.
Are you aware of anyone attempting to obtain the surveillance from the McDonald's for January 10, 2015?
It said Old Haysfield Road.
I stand objection.
I don't remember that
January
McDonald's.
10, 2015. That surveillance footage.
That particular day, or the day that someone went to that?
That particular?
Yes.
You attempted to obtain the footage
Myself and Investigator Dennis did go to the McDonald's. Yes, sir.
to get the video footage from January 10, 2015?
Yes, sir.
Where's that footage?
We did not get it.
Do you have a police report indicating that you attempted to obtain that footage?
The police report was not required.
You didn't, you went and attempted to obtain video footage in regards to a homicide investigation?
And then you didn't get no report?
About that?
I'm going to object.
Basis.
Foundation, mischaracterization of testimony, she was not working on.
I stand objection.
Your Honor, how can they say?
No, we're not gonna speak. I'm standing objection. You can rephrase it.
Do you have a police report indicating that you did that work?
That's an answer. Move on.
Okay. Does Investigator Dennis have
Somebody lying.
have a police report indicating you did that work?
I stand objection.
Okay. McDonald's had security cameras, right?
I stand objection.
Your Honor, the McDonald's on Cleveland
I
Avenue.
stand the objection. Move on.
Hey, she said vague, I'm making it clear. The McDonald's on Old Hateful Road in Cleveland Avenue. It has security cameras, correct? On January 10, 2015.
Okay.
Woo.
Chairman answer. It appeared to be video cameras on the outside of the McDonald's. Yes.
$2015.
And to your knowledge, we don't have that video.
Objection, Your Honor.
To,
That's not an
to her knowledge,
That's an
I stand the objection.
Nicholas Robinson, is an individual that you interviewed or you took part in an interview of, correct?
Nicholas Robinson.
The person who claimed his name was Nicholas Robinson.
Nicholas Robinson.
I don't
On
need.
October 19, 2015, you and Investigator Thorpe encountered a gentleman who claimed to be named Nicholas Robinson, who came into the Atlanta Police Headquarters, correct? Claimed to have knowledge of the Donovan Thomas.
Are you talking about the young man? I believe his name was Spencer something. Are you talking about that incident? He didn't come just voluntarily walk into Atlanta Police Headquarters. So I believe your
Good morning, no.
It's not correct.
Okay, he was arrested for felony charges and then told the police he wanted to come talk to y'all.
Now, I want to check that's what you're saying, this witness and what that person's.
I stand the objection.
After being arrested for felony charges, did someone come to the police department to talk to you and Investigator Thorpe?
No, someone requested to speak with homicide in regards to the Donovan Thomas murder. I was assigned to the homicide unit. So Investigator Thorpe spoke with him.
Okay, this person said his name was Nicholas Robinson, right?
Objection.
Somebody did mention somebody about a Robinson.
Good question, sir. Do you know who the witness was that came in?
You're not getting her.
Yes.
I believe his name was Spencer, something. I'm not sure though.
I want you to speculate, but do you know?
I don't remember. I don't remember the name that he initially gave. If you saying it's Nicholas Rob, I'm not going to refute that. I just don't remember that name. I remember Spencer, whatever.
Spencer Wright, is that?
I'm not sure of his last name. I remember his first name.
Someone by the name of Spencer came in, but initially they gave a fake name, correct?
I believe.
Objection, Your Honor.
Basis.
Lay down.
I'll sustain this form. You can rephrase that.
Did the person give a fake name?
To the Zone 1 officers, yes, he did.
Okay. And when he started speaking to him, okay. You testified on, I believe on Tuesday, that your practice when you're interviewing people is to make sure you get their name and date of birth, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And while this gentleman,
Hold on, y'all. Let me get that dog out of here.
you looked into the background of who this gentleman was, correct?
Sicking on my nerve.
Yes.
Get out here. Get out.
I'm sorry. It may have been after I spoke with him. I don't believe it was.
Don't come over
the
here.
exact time and Thorpe was talking
Sorry,
to
guys.
him. Checked him out. I believe it was after I spoke with him.
Okay, and all this happened on October 19th, 2015?
That sounds about right.
Okay. And in you doing your due diligence to check who this individual was, you realized that he had been lying about his name, correct?
Yes.
And you alerted Detective Thorpe that this guy was lying about his name, correct?
Yes.
Wait, right
And on
there.
October
Y'all listen to me.
19th, after you told Detective Thorpe about this man lying about his name, Detective Thorpe continued to speak to him, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. One,
Basis.
speculation, what Detective Thorpe did. Is that relevant to foundation?
I stand as to speculation. You can rephrase.
Were you in the building
What building?
when the interview was taking place?
Yes.
Were you aware that the interview was taking place?
Not initially, but eventually, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, I mean, you were aware because you were checking in the guy's background, right?
After I spoke with him, yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what you're asking.
And when you realized he was lying about his name, you told Detective Thorpe, as we discussed, and Detective Thorpe continued to interview him, correct?
I can tell you what Detective Thorpe did as far as his investigation.
The next day, after speaking to Spencer Wright, who gave the name Nicholas Robinson, Detective Thorpe took out 4 warrants for the murder of Donovan Thomas, correct?
I want to object.
Basis.
Foundation, cases, speculation,
I state the objection.
You aware that Detective Thorpe took out warrants the next day?
objection, same.
I state objection.
Detective Thorpe, when he, on October 20th, 2015, took out warrants for Shannon Stillwell.
I state objection.
He haven't said anything.
You've seen the surveillance of the Donovan Thomas shooting? On McDaniel Street?
I'm thinking.
She
I saw it
thinking.
on the news.
All right,
Like on the news.
Scarlett, need to put a pause there. We need to take a comfort break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a comfort break. If you could come back for our 11.
Man, I'm telling defense pressure her. Okay, let me see. They're gonna take a break. Let's come from the break, okay? We're gonna come from the break. What y'all think so far? No. What one thing I can't understand. Hold on, y'all. We gotta go to this part. My thing is you can remember everything the state said to you. It's all the questions that the state, Miss Gaither, you answer. You can answer everything that the state asks you, but when the defense team stand up, you don't have nothing to say. You don't have the information. How they get you on in here as a witness, and you don't have your paperwork, even though you're not with the Atlanta City no more. Y'all don't even have no records on what's going on with these kids. No records. Just did some investigation without further with the information. You just gave out, dish out stuff and nothing. Y'all don't got. Well, maybe that's why she not working for the city of Atlanta. Okay, guys. Now here comes Mr. Steele, my boy.
When the album was released, again, I'm not sure of the exact year of it, but I believe it was 17, like you stated.
Okay. And you knew that this album was released by Mr. Williams, fair to say?
Sure, yes.
A performer known as Young Thug.
Yes, sir.
And Future. Do you know who Future is by any chance?
Well, he's another Atlanta rapper, correct?
Yeah.
Or entertainer.
Yeah. And they're both collaborating on this album, fair to say?
That's fair.
And were you aware at the time, or now, that YSL logo, mascot, whatever the right word is a snake?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
What is that
Aware,
thing?
either then or now, just correct us, that Future's
Oh, an
logo
eagle.
was an eagle.
It was an eagle, but not this depiction of an eagle, but yes.
Okay. I'd like to ask you a couple.
It's an eagle skull.
What you're saying, if that's okay. Now, from your vantage point, I think you told the jury you didn't just say that's wrong and correct.
Yes, sir.
But this somehow was inspiring or an exciting part of the gang war that you told us about. Fair to say that this picture, that's how you took it. It was insulting to IF.
I stand this before. We can rephrase her.
The reason that this caught your eye is you believe, I think you told the jury, and if you didn't, just say you misunderstood, not incorrect,
Okay.
that this album cover was somehow throwing gasoline on a gang. Is that something
Yes,
like that?
yes.
And that's because it's your understanding that the snake really is kind of inside, the way I look at it, the skull of the rival gang. That's how you looked at it. Fair to say?
That was the depiction that the gang unit had based on our previous dealings
Wow,
with
that was smart. I would have never known that.
gangs. And I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I cut you. I thought you knew.
And their emblems that they use to represent themselves.
Now, I want to ask you some of these questions.
Mhm.
Just tell me, best your memory, who you spoke with, and the performer known as Future that I've been asking you about. Were you aware that he was signed at the time of this record album cover by Sony Records?
No, I was not.
Were you aware that Sony Records also has a subsidiary, meaning a subpart, Epic Records?
I object to, that's not an evidence, so that's not an evidence, were you aware?
I sustained the objection. Did you know that Epic Records was a subpart of Sony Records?
Objection still, Your Honor, proceeding past
I sustained the objection. Just answer the question. I sustained the objection. Did you ever look at the back of the album cover? See who produced that album with that artwork?
Yeah, she looked at it.
No, I was. If this was, I trust what you say. It was released in 2017, is what you said. Is that what you said? 2017. I wasn't in the gang unit in 2017.
But at any time, did you, since you took note of it, did you talk to your coworkers and of the record album?
Yeah, we spoke about the record, but that wasn't part of the conversation to look at who produced it.
Did you ever attempt, when I say you, I'm including your team,
Right.
okay?
I understand.
Ever speak with anybody to find out whose idea was that artwork?
objection, calls for speculation.
Any speculation? Okay, don't speculate. For speculation. Did you ever bother, and I don't mean that in insulting, just did you ever take the time to find out who did that one?
What's the relevance of who
Yeah.
drew it?
Just asking, did you do that?
Objection.
Okay, Mr. Steele, hold up. You my boy. You my boy, Mr. Steele. What do that album cover has to do with the shooting? What is the album cover has to do with a slime coming through in the skull? I know y'all said there's something about the game, but why we're not interested in that. You interested in his career, my boy career, but I mean we need to get down to who shot that boy head off. Half of his head off. That's what we trying to get to. We ain't trying to look at no album cover. Come on now.
Image that we can talk about. Oh, objection. You answer as you can.
Yes, it wasn't relevant enough that who drew it for me to ask or inquire.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I think I cut you off. You said it wasn't relevant. That's what you said.
For me, it was not relevant, the artist.
And how much input Jeffrey Williams or anyone with YSL have in creating that?
Objection, foundation, basis,
I-
speculation.
I said, is it important to know how much input Jeffrey Williams himself would have into that artwork?
Objection made.
I state objection. How is it important to you as an investigator, and you've been qualified as an expert, and I'm talking about YSL, is it important to you to know whether Jeffrey Williams had any involvement in the creation of that artwork?
For me, the creation of the no, but the message that can be interpreted by artwork is based on the individual viewer. And coming from the gang unit, you talk about free bands. I've never seen Future or free bands represent themselves with just the skull here. I've seen images of If Gang represent themselves with If Gang, ABG with just the head of the bird, not the full wings.
So what the difference?
So my interpretation of it was disrespect.
Since you
What?
that, would it be important to know whether Jeffrey Williams had any involvement with that?
I didn't.
Put his name on it, there's some level of involvement
Artwork or cover?
with what's being put out and representing his name. That's what I would conclude.
How about YSL?
And I'm just-
Any members of the record label, or whoever you want to call YSL, how much input?
How do he see it like that and I don't?
Objection, calls for speculation.
I just don't understand it.
Whether anyone with YSL had any input.
Again, I conclude that if someone put their name on something to be presented to the world and represent themselves, you would have some level of input on what's being put out to the world.
True.
Did you do anything to corroborate your belief?
Objection, calls for
Oh, objection.
As in,
Anyone?
no, it's not against the law to make a artwork. It's not illegal. I was investigating crimes, not
But
just specifically artwork
Are you familiar with YSL putting out an album cover with an eagle
I wasn't.
and a snake?
I wasn't.
Not off the top of my head. I mean, if you can show me something, I can tell you I've seen it or not.
Let me show you what has been already marked as GT1.
There's something about that boy right there. Him.
You may, sir. Just show it to the stage. Thank you. Thanks for sent him previously, and I gave him a copy. Take a peek at that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Tell me if you recognize that.
I think I may have seen this. Yes.
And does it look like what you have seen before? Meaning, is it accurate in what you remember? Please.
It looks accurate. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams' number. That would be 221F.
Your Honor, I would object unless additional foundation is laid, this, you know.
Can I see it, please? I stand the objection at this point. Well, how have you seen Mr. Williams 221F?
Say it one more time.
How have you seen Mr. Williams 221F?
I may have seen it online.
Okay. And what did you recognize that you see?
An album cover.
And I've already asked you this, so I want to ask you again. Does it look similar to what you've seen online or identical to what you remember seeing online?
In reference to the same picture? Yeah, it looks pretty similar.
Your Honor, I believe the foundation has been laid.
It has.
Okay, you have any further objection? What's the number of these names? So 221F. So 221 alpha, is that what you said? F. Oh, 221 alpha. Can you show it with Mr. Kokomo, Your Honor? Just hold on one second. Let me do it first. Okay, JW 221F is admitted and maybe publishes use of video. Okay. Do you know what year this came out?
I do not.
That's fine. And here, there is an eagle. You recognize at least a depiction of an eagle?
Yes, the large bird.
And then a snake being held?
Yes.
And you know the artist named Sergio Kitchens who performs under the name Gunna?
I don't know him personally, but I've heard of his name.
He's part of YSL?
Sir?
Part of YSL?
Yes.
And then Roddy Ricch, R-D-D-Y-R-I-C-C-H?
Mhm.
That's a performer, right?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yes, sir.
And they did this album that the judge admitted 221F. It's not the album, it's the cover, the artwork of the album, right?
Correct.
And in this one, you notice that there's a snake. That's a symbol of YSL, right?
Yes.
And then the eagle carrying the snake. Fair to say? The eagle's holding the snake.
Yes.
And did you know that Roddy Ricch's album or motto or logo or symbol is the eagle?
Objection.
I'm asking you whether the witness, I stand the objection. Did you know whether Roddy Ricch's symbol was an eagle?
Objection.
I stand the objection. Based upon your knowledge, do you know whether Roddy Ricch's symbol is an eagle?
I do not.
Did you ever look into this?
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. As part of this case, you ever look into this album?
She went into the investigation like that.
It's not fascinating to me, no. I
Yeah.
didn't look into it.
But it's
Now,
for
you're
the
aware of-
okay, hold up. See, she said it wasn't fascinated to her, but the thing is, she is not doing this to be fascinated. She doing this for investigation. So if that part of the investigation, then why you didn't do it? You know what I mean? Okay, y'all, hold on. Hold on. I mean, no, you're not interested, but that's part of the investigation. Did you look into? Did you really do any investigation, or what did you do? Since you don't retire, they use you. Hold on, y'all. Let's see, did I start right here?
Yes. So my interpretation of it was disrespect.
Since you interpret it like that, would it be important to know whether Jeffrey Williams had any involvement with that office?
If he put his name on it, there's some level of involvement
The auto market cover.
with what's being put out and representing his name. That's what I would conclude.
How about YSL? Any members of the record label or whoever you want to call it YSL? How much input did anyone with YSL have?
Objection, call for spectator.
A state objection. Do you know YSL had any input at all?
Again, I conclude that if someone put their name on something to be presented to the world and represent themselves, you would have some level of input on what's being put out to the world.
I'm not interested in song. He ain't putting it out there for me.
Oh, objection.
As in, no, it's not against the law to make a artwork. You know, it's not illegal. I was investigating crimes, not just specifically artwork.
Are you familiar with YSL putting out an album cover with an eagle holding a snake in its action?
Hold on, y'all. Got it right there.
Now, in October 2014, using that as a starting point, understanding it might be before, just using October 2014. We then go through October, November, December, January, and got to January 10th, filming with Don. What are you saying?
That's true.
And then we're going to 2015.
Yes, sir.
We got about 3+ months from October 2014 to about January 10th.
Yes, sir.
And then it continues thereafter, right?
It does.
All right. Now, I want to go back to this fight or war starting around, it could be before, October 2014. We have the IF gang, we have allegedly the YSL gang, right?
IF gang and YSL.
Yeah, and maybe other people, but that's basically what we're talking about.
Sure.
Okay. Now, did you know in 2014 whether Jeffrey Williams was making a movie with Jonathan Thomas in October 2014? Were you aware? Were you aware that Jeffrey Williams was making a movie with Jonathan Thomas in November 2014?
No.
Were you aware that Jeffrey Williams was making a movie with Donovan Thomas in December 2014? Were you aware whether Jeffrey Williams permitted, and that, you know, whatever, allowed, I don't know, was with, let me erase the question. Were you aware that Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas in October 2014 during his musical concert?
Objection made.
Oh, objection.
No.
That's right. Were you aware that Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas in November 2014 at Jeffrey Williams' concert?
No, that's not.
I stated. Did you know whether Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas in November 2015 while Jeffrey Williams won live shows?
No.
December 2014, were you aware whether Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas in December 2014 when Jeffrey Williams performed shows?
No.
Were you aware that Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas on New Year's Eve of December 31, 2014, going to January 1, 2015? Basis. I stated objection. Did you know whether Jeffrey Williams was with Donovan Thomas or Donovan Thomas was with Jeffrey Williams on New Year's Eve on December 31, 2014?
No.
Going into, obviously, January 1.
New Year's Eve to the New Year's Day, no.
Okay. Did you ever look at Donovan Thomas's postings on the social media promoting Jeffrey Williams.
Objection, assuming that is not in evidence.
I'll sustain the objection. Based upon your work, did you ever look at Donovan Thomas's social media in October 2014, November 2014, December 2014, January 2014, promoting Jeffrey Williams?
Objection, compound.
Let's stay this to form. You can rephrase, sir. All right, we're going to break it down into month by month. Did you ever look, and then tell the jurors if you did, what you found, October 2014?
No.
Thomas's social media promoting Jeffrey Williams.
No.
Same question, November 2014.
No, sir.
Same question, December 2000.
No, sir.
Same question, beginning, obviously, God forbid, killing, but beginning of 2015, January.
I believe I saw, well, after his murder is when I first saw Mr. Thomas's social media page. I hadn't seen it before.
Then I was inarticulate in my question. I don't care if you look backwards. I'm saying, do you remember October 2014?
Specific dates, no. I know that I first saw his page was after his murder.
You have a great memory right now of you can pull out and tell us. And I'll show you. Donovan Thomas promoting Jeffrey Williams. October.
I don't.
I'll stay in the objection. I don't think it was very. I understand this is going to okay, I'm moving on. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you again.
Mm-hmm.
At any time that you reviewed Donovan Thomas's social media,
Okay.
did you find in October 2014, you remember him promoting Jeffrey Williams?
I can't recall the exact date. I do believe he may have posted a picture or something of Mr. Williams, but to give you an exact date of what the context of the photograph was, I couldn't tell you.
Let me show you a couple of things.
Sure.
Your Honor, may I step back for a minute? Yes, sir, you may.
THUGGA. Boy. Big boy tired. Got to stay woke, bro. These your Indians. You had too many young boys in your little group, but they're the ones you trying to help.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to talk with you about what I call, I think referred to a repost, the whiz app, you know what I'm talking about? We played it at the very end of court last Wednesday.
What was the last word you said before that?
We played it last Wednesday right before we broke.
The video?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
the video audio.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, can we put up, you're able to do it otherwise, all right, someone else. States number 112 BB. All right, sir.
For the purposes of the record, so we can apply to at 2/112, so I will give you a 112.
Whatever's in evidence. All right, and 112 problem, blank, okay? You, sure. That's fine.
But I'm gonna tell you, when Trump came in officer, that's when that Rico, he got rid of Ricos. Now Rico's back. They ain't gonna get rid of Ricos no more. They about to get ready to change that law. They're gonna try to keep Ricos for being in the court. But people, it usually helped the court when they had the Ricos in the court. So it didn't change until Trump became the president. So y'all might well get rid of it, gangsters. They're gonna keep that Rico.
Detective, while it's coming up, you're currently employed with the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office?
No.
That's wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you ever employed with the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office?
Was.
When did that end?
Almost as soon as it started. It wasn't for me.
When did it start?
I believe it was August 2020, and I quit that in maybe late October.
Are you in law enforcement in any capacity now?
No.
All right, I think it's up. There's a line across, I don't know why, but was that line there? You see over what I'll call Mr. Williams' left eye, was that line there when you originally saw this?
No, it looked like this.
Okay, the line is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you first see this?
Roughly around the same time it was posted. It was very early on in our investigations.
Okay, and it's posted, I believe it says, exhibit number 112, or that's wrong. Yeah, 112 BB, I think it is now. You see January 26, 2015?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that would be approximately 16 days after the killing of Mr. Thomas.
Those look good.
Yes, sir.
And you see where it says repost, was that?
Yes, sir.
What did you do when you and your teammates too, to investigate what is WizApp? Learn about what is WizApp.
Why would I need to know what WizApp is?
I'm asking.
I'm not understanding your question.
Me either.
Well, maybe it's a bad question. Is repost WizApp?
I don't want to speculate the in and out details of it. I've seen it before, but I don't want to give you false information about what it is.
No, I'm not trying to get you to say false information.
I know, I'm just letting you.
What did you do though, or your teammates, to get correct information? What is WizApp? Or excuse me, repost WizApp, if you know.
I'm not understanding what are you asking?
Did you or any of your teammates do anything to look into how somebody uses repost WizApp, that application?
No.
And then this is posted by not Mr. Williams, correct?
This particular post on the screen with the comments, this is Mr. Garlington's page, Demekion Garlington's page.
And we know that because I believe kind of towards the top center right, S, and then instead of like a C, what I would say C is XAR underscore, then same thing, X replaced with C, so Scarface, but with two X's. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And you know that through your investigation to be Demekion Garlington's Instagram account.
That his name though, can't hardly see it.
Now, you know that there are voices in the background, correct?
Besides Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I have Mr. Williams up front, and in the background I have voices.
Yes, sir.
And can you tell the ladies and gentlemen, jury, when this audio It was made by Mr. Williams.
For what? She want to talk. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let me speed it up, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. 1 second. Oh, Jesus. 1 second, y'all. Look, my phone up. Go sit down a minute. Y'all getting on my nerves. Okay, let me skip this, y'all. Let's go.
And swear to God, the truth, I'm gonna lie on God. You hear that?
You can play it again. I can barely understand what he's saying.
I'm gonna play it a couple times. If you need to,
Okay.
I appreciate your time. I'm just gonna begin with that means. You can slow it down if you want.
So nigga, a lot of they mama, a lot of they kids, a lot of they brothers and sisters, they ain't get ready in the courtroom.
Did you hear the first speaker? Not the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And swear to God the truth, I'm gonna lie on God. Did you hear that?
I heard something to that nature. I heard the on God part. I really couldn't understand what he was saying after.
We'll do it one more time, and if you don't, we're just gonna move on. Okay?
Okay.
But that's it.
So nigga, a lot of they mama, a lot of they kids, a lot of they brothers and sisters, they ain't get ready in the courtroom and tell the God that is true. Fuck.
Did you hear that first speaker say something to the effect of, I swear to God the truth, I'm gonna lie on God?
I heard, I swear to God and something about a lie. I didn't hear what you heard.
And when you take an oath, people take an oath in a courtroom, is it tradition that we raise one hand, the right hand, and then we take an oath to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? It goes to this video. Right. Do you know that when people testify in a courtroom, generally, they are sworn to tell the truth? In relation to this video.
Yes, sir.
And did you hear that speaker number one talk about, I'm gonna lie on God?
As I stated, I didn't hear the last portion of it. I heard him say swear to God and something about lying. I couldn't understand the last portion of what he said.
I'm gonna do it one time and we're gonna continue.
I've heard it 3 times, Mr. Steele. I don't understand what he's saying, the last portion.
Then Jeffrey Williams, if you need to hear it, just let us know. He starts saying, so in N, like I said, lie to their mama, lie to their kids, lie to their brothers and sisters, and get right in the court and tell God's honest.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Close enough?
Something to that effect, yes, sir.
So Mr. Williams is talking about people lying to their mothers, brothers, sisters, kids, right? I didn't ask for anything. Mr. Williams said, I'm not attack. He said, he's talking about people lying
Yeah.
and him lying, right?
That's
You heard on video that the judge just heard Mr. Williams say 3 different times, people and lies.
Yeah.
Brothers, sisters, kids, right?
That's what he said. Come on. Y'all procrastinate.
And then Mr. Williams ends it with from me and YS. It cuts off.
I thought he said YSL, but if you say it cut off.
What is she talking about?
Now, in your investigation or your co-workers, what was being discussed during the time that Mr. Williams made that recording that's now memorialized in that?
This one here. I mean, at that time, we were seeing a lot of posts from both sides, putting up information about each other. So our main goal was to memorialize stuff, was to save it.
Tell the jury what, did I cut you off? I apologize.
Go ahead.
Did I cut you off? I'm not.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Tell the jury what trial, talking about lying on God, lying, I'm gonna lie on God, whatever you heard. When people lie to their kids, lie to mother, all that. They right to a courtroom, tell the guys on the street.
I just talked to his ass.
Experience coming to courtrooms and lying. Are you familiar with people coming to courtrooms and lying? Mr. Murphy, well, let's start with this one, Trantavia Stevens. Remember the recording, Trantavia Stevens and Mr. Rodney Allison that you talked about?
The jail call?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not the jail call. What was the date of that jail call?
I don't have it right here in front of me.
What would refresh your memory?
I'm not certain. I don't have it here in front of me.
You remember during that jail call that there was a communication between Mr. Allison and Mr. Trantavia Stevens, also known as Slug or Tim, about Jeffrey Williams.
Yes.
And you remember them calling Jeffrey Williams rapper?
I do.
Remember them laughing at Jeffrey Williams?
Laughing at him? In what regards? I'm sorry, mister. I don't know if I can hear you or not. Can you? I can barely hear what you're asking.
Let's do this. What is it? You have this, what is it? What is it? Your Honor, we're going to play. It's already been admitted.
Okay, y'all. We're going to go ahead on and play it. Listen to this.
I'm finding out right now.
Y'all don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and join the channel, okay?
I'm waiting for this. I'm just waiting for this statement.
Go sit down. Go sit down.
Can we play at 555, Your Honor?
Go sit down, Counsel. Go now. Go sit down while we listen to this thing. Go sit down. I'll be off in a minute.
That shit crazy.
What the boy doing?
What one?
Rapper boy.
Oh, man, I just was talking to his ass, too. I just talked to his ass. He ain't talking about shit. He ain't talking about nothing, man. Jay finna go out of town or some old shit.
Ain't trying to give me no lawyer.
Man, hell no. No. Well, that shit, man, I don't even know why you even think he's gonna get down. Man, that man ain't. Well, if he is, he's doing that secret. I don't know. So don't let me say. He ain't tell me nothing about getting down. He ain't say shit about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
Let him.
645 stop. Were you able to hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was Mr. Montavia Stevens speaking at first, saying what that boy doing? That the first voice?
Yes.
And then Ms. Allison said which one, and Mr. Stevens said rapper boy? That
Yes.
clear? Okay. And on that, Mr. Stevens asked whether, you know that to be Mr. Williams, right? They were talking about Mr. Williams.
Objection, Your Honor. That was all special witness.
Who's already testified. Do you know who rapper boy was being referred to? If you don't, just say it on that.
Objection, foundation.
We'll go with rapper boy.
Your Honor, object to the,
Mr. Stevens asked whether he, being rap boy, trying to get me a lawyer. You hear that?
Yes, that's what he stated.
And Mr. Allison said something like, no, he's going out of town, and if he is, he's doing it in secret. And don't let me say, he ain't tell me nothing about it. He ain't say S-H-I-T, ain't gonna lie, something like that. Is that fair to say?
Something to that effect, yes, sir.
Any evidence to share with the jury that Jeffrey Williams got Montavia Stevens a lawyer? He paid for a lawyer?
No, I stated that he did.
No, you didn't say that.
Oh.
I'm asking if you have any evidence.
I've never looked into that, sir.
Did you know that Mr. Montavia Stevens used the public defense?
objection, Your Honor.
That's the objection. Let's go to 1420 on the stage.
Here we go.
He ain't got us nigga for nothing. On the phone, when I was telling that boy, he ain't talking about shit.
You have
The
1
rap-
minute left.
The rapper dude ain't talking about nothing, man.
That boy name, what they call him, that boy name rapper boy.
That's what I just said. That rapper boy, he ain't talking about shit. And I hate that shit every time you get fucked up. That nigga can't do shit for you. I hate that shit, man. That's some sucker shit, though. Yeah, damn right it is.
Hey, look, I
Shit.
just talked to my girl for a look, right? They just started this shit down here with, they be sending the iPad down here and shit.
Which number is that? 15 minutes he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Mr. Allison say the rapper dude ain't talk about nothing, man? Did you hear something like that?
And he don't help people.
And then Mr. Stevens saying that boy ain't what they call him. That boy is rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Then two of them laughed.
Roughly after, yes, sir.
And and Mr. Allison said that, and you can't do SHI for you. You hear that?
And is it more anything before or after that? I don't remember specifically, just those 3 or 4 words.
That is the recording that you alerted, you segregated, whatever the right word is, on this case. Is that fair to say? That's what you said?
Downloaded?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any jail recordings where Montavia Stevens says that Jeffrey Williams is the leader of this country?
No.
Jeffrey Williams pays for my lawyer?
No.
Jeffrey Williams, I do these crimes for Jeffrey Williams?
No.
Going to, and I, again, don't know the numbers, so I need help, but the Walter Murphy, you remember that call with Erica?
Yes.
Now, that would be July 15, 2015. Fair to say? Sound right?
Sound about right.
What number is that? Your Honor, may Mr. Kokomo place already in evidence states number 106. Thank you, Your Honor. And it's 7. 7 minutes. Mr. same call that you already listened to and downloaded.
Need some more water.
Like, we gotta start a fundraiser or something. We gotta get me some more money so I can get a better lawyer, bro.
It's not. What number is not there? That's 711 at stop. Detective, did you recognize that as Mr. Murphy's voice?
I did.
And did you recognize him saying you have to do a fundraiser or something, got to get a better lawyer?
Yes.
And you knew earlier that day, before Mr. Murphy's taken to Fulton County Jail to use the jail call, before the jail call, you knew that he had a lawyer named Jacoby Hudson, right?
Jacoby, he wasn't good.
That's what he told us in the interview earlier that day. Yes.
And there was all that back and forth about, do you want to have an interview, you want to call a lawyer, remember all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is it fair to say that Mr. Murphy never got a different lawyer?
Objection, that was all speculative.
Is it true that Mr. Murphy, when you met with him on August 18, 2015, he was accompanied by Jacoby Hudson, same lawyer?
Yep.
What's the question?
Is it true that when you
Is it
met-
true? Yes, he was with his lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, bro.
He was with his lawyer, Mr. Hudson.
And then in February 11th of 2016, again, Mr. Murphy, you were there. Met with you and the prosecutor and Detective Dennis, maybe one other person, I forget. And he again had Jacoby Hudson, same lawyer, right?
He did.
He didn't change lawyers.
He had Mr. Hudson with him.
And then you said you have to start a fundraiser or something. Did you hear that?
Then,
Yeah.
The little snippet you just heard?
Yes.
We're gonna come back to that in 1 second. Let's play 11:11 from the same states, 116. Mr. Coco, if you don't mind.
Alright. Bro, to be honest, bro, ain't nobody finna be here for me, bro. I already know how this shit finna go like. Either we gonna try to talk to Thug, I'm just gonna ask him straight up and down, start me a fundraiser, you know what I'm saying? Like to really go and pay to start me a fundraiser.
You could raise it, do your own.
And door or somebody like that, they'll really be over it or tourist, you know what I'm saying? Cause they're the only way I'm gonna get out.
11:41 and stop it now. Were you able to hear that?
For the most part, yes, sir.
Okay. And is that again Mr. Walter Murphy speaking on the recorded jail call that you downloaded?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Walter Murphy said, to be honest, ain't nobody fixing to be here for me. Did you hear that?
Objection, Your Honor.
Just play.
Thug ain't starting up fundraising for you.
I don't remember hearing that part.
And either we're going to try to talk to Thug, ask him, I'm just going to ask him straight up and down, starting a fundraiser. You hear that?
Yes.
Okay. And I'd really like to go on his page and start me a fundraiser. You hear that?
I don't recall hearing go on his page. I don't recall hearing the page.
I ain't hear that either.
Mr. Steele, before you pause it, another question. I have a good authority that we take a break, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about we take...
I say that within a day or two. November 20th, 2014, freestyle, where Mr. Donovan Thomas was in Jeffrey Williams' music video.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to city testimony evidence and city content.
Have you personally observed a music video rather, Jeffrey Williams, freestyle, Donovan Thomas was in?
Is this the same video you were talking about previously?
Second one, different song.
I don't recall the title. If you show me the video, I can tell you if I'm familiar with it.
Do it, and that would be made, I'll get an objection,
Okay.
just days prior to November 20, 2014. Does that help you? I'm trying trying to refresh your memory.
That's all.
That's a standard question.
Does it refresh your memory that that video was made 2 days prior to November 20, 2014?
Does not refresh my memory.
You need to see them. Fair to say?
Will she hush? Answer.
Well, you can use anything, Mr. Steve, but it needs to be shown. Stop.
Okay. Your Honor, may Mr. Kokomo approach?
Let her listen to the tape.
Detective, is okay, Mr. Kokomo approach?
Sure.
Well, tell us what exhibit what you showing.
Your Honor, we'll mark it.
So that's a state.
They have it.
Okay, you got it, but you gotta mark it in purpose of records.
I'm about to. Okay?
All right.
221A is blood. 221B is freestyle.
Like y'all lawyers looking at
Can I ask you a couple other questions? Sure. Were you familiar with a movie? I asked you a couple questions about a movie. I'm going to be more specific. A movie named Gangsta Party being made in and around January 2015, beginning January, with Mr. Donovan Thomas, Jeffrey Williams.
I'm not aware of a movie made with Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas.
He's going to show you the,
Yes, sir.
and you can watch the whole thing if you need to, but if you want to, I have a certain, not commenting. I'm asking you a
Well,
question.
you are, but you just, until she says that's something else, you are coming. Okay? So just give me a minute. Give her a minute.
let's slow down. Mr. Steele.
And Mr. Kokomo, for the record, what are you showing? Which is it, 221A blood?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, it's being shown to Detective Gaither.
Detective, let us know when you're finished with 221 alpha, okay?
Okay. Is that the same video?
No, this is the second one.
Oh, no, I was saying okay to the judge when he said let him know. I wasn't done
Okay,
watching.
have you seen 221 alpha already, madam?
This second one, I think I've seen. The first one, he switched to the second video.
This is the first one, 221.
Can you play it a little more, please?
They're gonna play it. Just slow down.
Okay, let us know when he finishes playing 221 alpha.
Jesus.
I don't recall this one. The second one I did. This one, I've seen before.
This is 221B.
Taking them that long to play that. All right.
Detective.
Let me skip it. What happened? They ain't played.
Just say that into quickly. Now, I requested, and you agreed that we could communicate about this case. Fair to say?
Yes.
And that's typical between lawyers and witnesses or investigators. Fair?
I'm not a lawyer, and I've never communicated or had a Zoom call with any defense lawyer about a case that I was working.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, right?
Nothing wrong with what?
Me speaking with you about your involvement in the case.
No, it's nothing wrong with that.
And you were kind enough to agree, right?
I did.
And we memorialized that we were doing it in writing.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't rude of her, that's how we were both
No, it
busy.
wasn't rude at all.
And then there was a misunderstanding, according to what you wrote, about when we were supposed to originally speak. It was supposed to be early in the morning, you thought, and I thought it was at 2 o'clock. You remember that?
No, it definitely wasn't a misunderstanding. I stated clear in this email the time that I was available. So it wasn't a misunderstanding on my bad.
And read what you wrote to me, if you mind.
Is there a certain portion?
You said, available in the morning, I spoke with Seth Brown, something like that. I'll move for the admission of Mr. I can make it Mr. Williams, but otherwise it's DS-13.
Any addition to DS-13? DS-13 is admitted.
Maybe we show DS-13 then on a screen, it'll be easier. You can use it on the screen or right in front of you.
Okay. Which portion do you want me to look
And
at?
Your Honor, may we approach this for 1 second?
Yes, you may. We'll just go from the bottom.
Okay.
Skip it. So don't play it. Hold on, y'all.
See that? Yes, going up.
Now I have 6. Yeah, I believe. Okay.
And you see, my coworker wrote to you, good afternoon, Detective Gaither. I hope that all is well always. Please advise whether you have any availability to meet with Attorney Brian Steele via Zoom between now and 2 p.m. If yes, I will send you a Zoom link instanter. We look forward to hearing from you. Happy holidays, sincerely, and that's my coworker. Fair to say?
That a reset?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then if Mr. Kokomo can scroll up and you can follow along also with DS-13. And then you responded at same date, December 18, 2023 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you see that?
Yes.
And you wrote, good afternoon. As I stated to Seth Brown, he's the gentleman who's seated right here, pointed to, correct, with the prosecution. From the DA's office, I would be available early morning today. Unfortunately, as of right now, I am not available to speak with you. I will be leaving town tomorrow for work until Saturday. If it is completely necessary to speak with me, we can try to set something up again another time. Fair to say?
That's what it reads, sir.
Okay, and then if you go up to the response. And I wrote to you about 8 minutes later on December 18, 2023. Detective, how are you? Family? With question marks. We were instructed that you would be available today from 9 to 5. Please designate the date and time best for you to schedule to, best for your schedule to speak. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. And that's me. Fair to say?
That's what it reads, yes, sir.
And then going up. You responded later that day at 5:29 in the afternoon, same date. And you wrote, I'm not sure who instructed you on those times, but I made it clear I was only available early morning. How does 12:28, 9 o'clock A, I would take it as AM, but fair to say?
That's what it reads, yes, sir.
Okay, so you said about 10 days later.
From what?
Okay, and then
You saying 10 days later from what?
from the 18th of December, we'll have our conference call or Zoom call or meeting.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and then if you scroll up, and then next day at 5:52 in the morning, I wrote to you, perfect Zoom with a question mark, call, question mark, thank you, detective, happy holidays. Fair? Okay. Responding to your December 29th date, right?
Talk, lady.
And then if you scroll up, you responded to me later that same day, December 19, 2023 at 10:39 in the morning. You said, I'll call you the day of. Please provide a good number. Thanks. Right?
Yes.
And then if you scroll up,
She's a sergeant now, y'all.
I responded on December 19th, 2023, 1:43 p.m. The office number below, okay. And then the office number was there. I redacted it because I redacted all email addresses and phone numbers and addresses. There.
Okay.
You have it on yours.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you scroll up, you wrote okay at 2:08 p.m., December 19th.
Okay.
And then if you scroll up, Mr. Kokomo, then on December 28th, 2023, so the day before we were supposed to meet at 4:10 in the morning, you wrote, good morning, Mr. Steele. I've decided not to answer any questions at this time. Hopefully you are able to find answers to any questions you may have in my corresponding police reports.
Mm.
Yes, sir, that's what it reads.
True?
That's what it reads, yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, you wrote it.
You scroll up.
Message him back.
That should be the whole exhibit. Okay, so, and that's your right. You don't have to speak with me or anybody else, right?
Absolutely, correct.
Okay. Now, you gave the jury a date that I took as October 2014 to start the back and forth 22. When did, tell the jury if it wasn't October 2014, now, when did the gang war that you described start?
So we're no longer talking about this email?
That was it.
That's it? Oh, okay. Read your question, please. I got a little confused, I'm sorry.
She tagged.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have anything? Mr. Weinstein? Mr. Matthews? Ms. Westmoreland? Ms. D. Williams? Okay, all right. State and redirect.
Yes, Sean, thank you.
Here she go.
Start where Mr. Steele stopped. When he asked you on cross-examination, when was it that the gang war that you were describing earlier started? Could you please answer the question for the jury, to the best of your recollection, when it was that the gang war between YSL and this gang started?
I sustain the objection.
And you were asked by Mr. Steele about your tenure with the Atlanta Police Department. Bless you. When you left the Atlanta Police Department, did you go to another law enforcement agency?
I did.
And which law enforcement agency was that?
DeKalb County District Attorney's Office.
What was your position there?
I was an investigator.
And what caused you to want to leave the Atlanta Police Department to go work as an investigator with the DeKalb DA's office? Your Honor.
All rule of objection, sir. Answer it, madam, if you can.
Yes, sir. I was no longer happy with our leadership at Atlanta Police Department, the direction they were going, and I had enough time to retire, so it was my choice on whether I stayed or leave, so I left.
How long did you stay at the DeKalb DA's office as an investigator?
A couple of months.
Did you work in any particular unit?
I believe it was major crime.
Would that have involved gang cases and homicides as well?
Yes.
And after a couple of months, did you go to another law enforcement agency?
No.
Or return to the Atlanta Police Department?
No.
Okay. After you retired from the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, did you return to law enforcement in any capacity?
Hold, sir. Sir, Mr. Matthews, I've already ruled on your objection. In case
Come on now, you be professional, Miss Love. You ain't got to look like that.
I sustain the objection.
This is not funny.
You were asked by Mr. Steele about Defense Exhibit, Defense Williams, DS number 13, the email. To the best of your recollection, does that email that he put before you contain all of the correspondence between you two?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so? If you can recall, generally speaking, what is it that your memory tells you was left out of that exhibit as it pertains to the email correspondence between you and Mr. Steele?
To the best of my recollection, I did give him, again, a date and a time that I would be available. I don't recall reading that in here. If I did, my mistake for missing it. But I did provide him with a date and time that I was available. I do travel for my job, so I'm not just sitting around waiting for anybody to call me.
You can email them.
And that communication was never made between him and I, of him, during that date and time. So, again, I was on the road at this time. I was actually in Oklahoma City working, and it was time difference. It just didn't work with my schedule.
Okay, that's understandable.
Do you have an objection, sir?
Yes, we would strike non-responsive, that's all in.
Your Honor,
That's all in.
I'm over your objection, sir.
thank you. Did Mr. Steele, to the best of your knowledge, make any efforts to meet you during the times that you said you were available before you told him that he would have to speak with you in court?
I'm not certain of that. I know just my final answer was, I didn't want to meet with him, which is my right.
Say that again?
Which is my right. I just changed my mind.
She changed her mind for wanting to speak to him?
You were played on cross-examination, State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo. And you were asked about voices in the background. So that the record is clear, whose face is shown on the first portion of State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha?
I sustain the objection.
Is there any other face shown on this video? Your Honor, I have not asked that question.
Let him talk.
It's not reflected.
I'll hold that objection, sir. You can answer, madam, if you can.
Not that I recall.
Okay. Your Honor, with permission, I'd like to share the screen.
All right, y'all.
The face shot,
As to what exhibit, madam?
State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha. My apologies. Sergeant, you said not that you recall. Does looking at State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha refresh your memory as to whose, if anyone's, face is on the screen besides Defendant Williams? Or better
You
yet,
mean here in the larger part of the video?
yes,
Portion?
yes. Do you see anyone's face besides Mr. Williams?
Not on this clip right here.
Okay. You were asked on cross-examination, words that were said in the beginning. For the record, does a portion where Mr. Williams begins to speak appear to start at the beginning? And I can play it for you.
So nigga, a lot of they kids, a lot of they brothers and sisters, they didn't get ready in the courtroom to tell the God honest truth.
Fuck, nigga.
Don't get it. Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro.
You snitching bitches.
From me and YSF.
Having heard
Woo.
State's Exhibit 112,
Ugh.
Bravo, Bravo, Alpha, you were asked on cross-examination
Woo.
about the voice at the very end, snitching bitches.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you familiar with a YSL person calling himself Monktoon?
Yes.
Is his name Antonio Sledge?
Yes.
Do you see his handle anywhere on State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha? His social media handle?
Yes.
And next to his social media handle, do you see any words?
Yes.
What are those words?
You snitching, B word.
Okay.
Spelled a little different, but
Is it you snitching bitches?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there C's in the snitching?
The way it's normally spelled, yes.
Is there a C in the snitching on this posting?
It's not.
I don't even see
Is
it.
there a C in the bitches?
The normal way to spell it, yes.
Is there a C in this posting of the word bitches?
No, ma'am.
Oh, right there.
What letter, if any, or what number, what character replaces the C in snitching?
X.
And what letter or character replaces the C in bitches?
X.
Is the language to the right of the handle _tunk consistent with the person you hear speaking at the very end of the video?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that's Tunk.
Now, Mr. Steele also asked you about the sequencing of the voices that we heard. Listening to the video, State's Exhibit 112, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha. Which comes first? The "you need to get killed, bro," that's from me and YSL, or the snitching bitches?
You need to get killed first.
I believe you need to get killed first. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Basis, sir. I sustain the objection.
What he said. Sorry, thugger.
Is the way that Mr. Steele asked you on cross about the content of this video, the way that it appears in the video so that the record is clear?
I understand the question. I object.
I'm gonna sustain the question. I'm gonna sustain an objection on other grounds.
As you heard Mr. Steele ask the video, was the language that he relayed to you in the sequence you recall hearing it on the video?
Yes.
Okay.
From the portions that I can hear, like some of it appeared to be muffled, some of the questions that he was asking, so I don't know where certain terms fell.
You were asked as well, when you were asked about the video that was admitted as Defense Exhibit 222 Bravo, the video called Freestyle. You were asked on cross whether you know when that was made. Do you recall that?
I believe so.
Do you have any way of even knowing when it was made?
No, I do not.
So are you able to agree with or say, as Mr. Steele did, that it was made in November 2014?
I have no way on that. I mean, I don't work for a production company or anything like that to verify the date, so there's no way to refute what he said.
Your Honor, may I ask Mr. Kokomo if he would play the entirety of 22 Defense 222 Bravo with the sound?
Yes, you may, sir.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna skip a little bit. Woo!
I'm gonna sustain the question. I'm gonna sustain.
Go ahead and cue that up and play Defense 222 Bravo. That was shown.
All right.
I must have missed it. He played. I just skipped it a little bit. Hold on, y'all. I love y'all. Trying to, um, trying to find. Well, I skipped it. Hold on for a minute. 1 second. I'm trying to skip.
So if you could go ahead and take your seats. So do we get the time markers?
Yes.
Mr. Steele, we good for time markers?
I'm not pronouncing the statements, yes.
Okay, all right. Let's bring in our witness, please.
State of Georgia. Constitution, justice.
All right, summon our jurors, please, start neighbor.
I think I have one of the video. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all how many jurors is it and the rationality. How many jurors are there? That's what I mean.
You got one more? Yes. Oh, good.
Bravo, without sound, for the first 20 seconds.
Here we go.
First 50 seconds, my God.
Come on, I'm about to go dead, y'all.
Could you please stop it there, Mr. Copeland?
Birdman.
Right there. Sergeant, do you know who that is displayed in the front of the video at this point?
Yes,
Who is that person?
Brian Williams, AKA Bailey,
Is he known by any other name?
Birdman.
Is he affiliated with any particular family?
Foundation. Oh, sorry, objection, foundation.
I state the objection.
What the hell Birdman?
To your knowledge, does Birdman self-affiliate based on what you have seen in his postings and sayings? Does he self-affiliate with any particular gang?
Objection to lack of foundation, so.
I'll overrule the objection.
Yes, ma'am.
And what gang is that?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay, compensation clause.
Overrule, sir.
The Bloods.
Continue, please, Mr. Copeland. Would you please? Do you know who this is, with the black and the sunglasses in the middle of the page?
Yes.
Who is that person?
The rapper, Rich Homie Quan.
Oh, Rich Homie look different right now.
Continue, Mr. Copeland. Who is the person in the page? Just a moment ago, right here.
Without the shirt or the,
Gotcha.
that's the same, the rapper.
Yeah,
Rich
that's the
Homie
same one. Rich Homie.
line about 2 seconds. Stop. Would you please tell the jury who the person standing behind and to the slight left of the most prominent person is in this video with the red bandana around his head?
That's Justin Ushery. He's a local rapper, also known as Bloody J.
And is he affiliated with any particular gang?
Yes.
What gang?
Inglewood family.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. That's all that happened. You were asked on cross-examination about the time that this video was shot. Can you tell the jury whether at any time after January 10, 2015, you ever saw members of YSL perform with members of his gang again?
No, I did not.
You were also asked on cross-examination whether you have any evidence that Walter Murphy felt that Thug owed him something. Do you recall that? Or something to that effect?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell the jury in your August 18, 2015 interview, and Your Honor, I'd like to just display that for the jury. With the court's permission, of course.
Which exhibit is it, madam?
It is exhibit number one zero five, Bravo, the August 15, 2015 interview. 105, Bravo, Your Honor.
That's been admitted. If it's a digital file, it's been admitted already.
Correct. Sergeant, I'm going to put up on the screen really quickly. Starting, Your Honor, and counsel at 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 9 seconds in. I'm sharing the screen.
Sure, you have an objection?
Question was, except for what Mr. Murphy said during the interrogation, do you have any evidence? So this does not.
Why are we going back to this?
I sustain objection.
Your Honor, Mr. Steele did not, make that particular statement, and given that he opened the door into the things that Mr. Murphy and others have said and inspected from Jeff, that video.
That's been, I sustain objection.
You were also asked on cross-examination by Mr. Sharp about your files that contain the information displayed in this case. Do you recall that?
Yes.
When you leave a unit, or when you leave the Atlanta Police Department, and you're promoted to sergeant within that police department, are you allowed to take and continue to investigate the files that you had as a gang unit investigator?
I sustain the objection.
As you were promoted to a sergeant?
Was she asking something?
Were you permitted or allowed?
She asking a good question.
Investigating the gang unit cases that you worked as a gang unit investigator?
I wouldn't say you're not allowed, but I didn't. I mean, I had a new focus.
And when you took the job at the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, was there any reason you would take those files with you?
DeKalb County's files?
No, I'm sorry. The gang unit file that was related to.
I sustain the objection.
You know what? See, okay, now Miss Love doing a good job today, y'all. I gotta get credit where it's due. I like the improvement right today, just today now. She doing pretty good. But defense, she is asking the woman a question that she couldn't answer for y'all. So you need to let the prosecutor ask her the question. Maybe she would answer her instead of y'all. Come on now, got to use this game.
Has been marked as case exhibits 120.
She's doing good today. I have to give her credit.
121. And Your Honor, I'll make certain that defense knows which exactly, which exhibit is 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 118, and 119. When you took the job at the DeKalb County District Attorney.
How long, y'all? Trying to skip it.
Do you recall being asked about that? The call from Walter Murphy, the booking call to his girlfriend Erica.
Yes.
Have you ever heard, or did you ever hear Walter Murphy say they want me to tell a lie?
No.
I didn't either.
And did you ever hear him say anything like they want me to set up other people?
I stand the objection.
Answer it.
You were asked on cross-examination about whether or not the occupants of the blue car ever got any gas or went inside the store. Do you remember being asked by Mr. Sharp that question?
Yes.
At the time, do you recall who it was that was standing at the door when Mr. Davis walked up to the store?
I believe Mr. Treadwell was standing at the front.
Your Honor, the video is in.
I'll rule the objection. I'm sorry, sir?
Your Honor, the witness can testify.
I'll rule the objection. Let's move on. Asked and answered.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my screen share and ask you this.
All right, y'all. What I'm gonna do is I'm kind of getting a little exhausted. I wanted y'all to hear the video. Hold on a minute.
Please don't discuss anything that you've covered.
Okay, it's gonna end it. But it's hold on, y'all. Something that I didn't hear. All right, y'all, but I'm gonna stop right here, and what we're gonna do is take up from tomorrow, you know, trial. It was mostly pertaining Gaither doing a good job today, y'all. I'm having to give it to y'all that Miss what her name? Miss Love did a good job today. I have to give people credit where it's due, okay? She didn't fuss, she didn't raise her voice or nothing like that. But she did a good job. She really did presenting. One thing that I learned from the trial today, that the defendant, if the question the questions that they are asking the witnesses that they asked Miss Gaither, Sergeant Gaither, the prosecutor really mentally is asking her the same question that they ask her. So best thing for them to do is get the information and then argue with it like that. But they keep saying objection or something, but that's the same question that you asked the witness. So Miss Love really was looking out for y'all. Today she was kind of looking out for y'all. And the reason why I said looking out, y'all, is because the question that Sharp asked Sergeant Gaither, prosecutor asked her the same question. So don't overrule, don't do none of that junk. Get your information. You got you. This is a game. A game. Okay. All right, y'all. I appreciate those who watch it and please react to it. Y'all done a great job of reacting to this video in the chat, in the comment section. I appreciate it, because trust me, I'm reading it. I read what you're saying, but stay focused on what has been said and what's been done. And I agree with Detective Gaither. Looking at the album, I'm from Atlanta. Looking at the album cover, at first I didn't know what the thing was. I thought it was a snake and a turtle. The cover or the front cover of of his album, I thought it was a snake and a turtle. But then I seen the long nose. They kept saying eagle. They had never said eagle. I want to know what they was talking about. So y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got hungry now, okay? I'm out.